ANC NEC member Lindiwe Sisulu was expected to appear before the ANC Integrity Commission today. That's over her recent opinion piece criticizing the judiciary as well as the Constitution. Let's bring in political commentator Thabo Shole-Mashao for more on this. Good afternoon and thank you very much for your time, Thabo. Now, that particular outcome of the Integrity Commission, some have said, will clearly impact her campaign or political currency, if you will. Just talk to me about the various outcome and what they could mean for her.
Well, thank you so much, Nomfundo. Good afternoon to you and to the viewers at home. She finds herself in a very precarious situation wherein she can't go back on her word because she will lose the little support that she had gained over her comments in the past few days. On one hand, if she charges ahead head-on, the president has proven that he is also crafty, and this move by the president to shift the responsibility of dealing with her as far as discipline is concerned to the Integrity Committee is a very crafty political move in a way that no one at the end of the day will blame the president. It will seem to be procedural, and it will seem to be to have been dealt with by a well-constituted African National Congress structures. And this is the Integrity Commission, which will recommend to the NEC through the office of the SG. But her moves are very limited in this instance. It's either she stands her guns or she completely apologizes. If she apologizes, it will truly bruise her politically, because then she will be seen as a flip-flopper, as someone who changes her views every now and then, and she will seem to have sheepishly submitted to a big thunderous roar of not just the president but the other side as well. So her moves are very limited, and the best move forward for her is to go ahead, and we will know whether she intends to fully challenge the president at the end of the year at the national conference.
But Thabo, now this session though, is it two-pronged, where we are looking here at her utterances against the judiciary and the Constitution to a certain extent, and then also her statement going to deny that she in fact apologized in part? Is it those two? Because it seems some were quite concerned within the ANC, Derek Hanekom being one, particularly when there was the back and forth with the president around who could have possibly lied. So which one is it? Will both be dealt with today, or perhaps just the one of the utterances around the judiciary?
I have to say up front that we can only speculate right now, as the Integrity Commission is quiet and has not released much information about what will be dealt with. But if we had to put our imagination hats on and to think creatively about these issues, but also to look at the past as to what the Integrity Commission has looked at in the past, given the case of the Secretary General who's now suspended, given the case of former Minister of Health Zweli Mkhize, who has stepped aside. I think the ANC Constitution would have to be a guiding principle as far as the Integrity Commission is looked at. I mean, Rule 25.17.5 of the African National Congress, if you'd allow me, Nomfundo, to briefly quote it, it says, behaving in a manner or making any utterance which brings or could bring or has the potential to bring, or as a consequence thereof brings the ANC into disrepute. So that's one of the issues that they could be looking at, and they could want her to really delve into an explanation as to why her comments or her remarks in the opinion piece should not be seen as that. But the subsequent one also may be looked at, which is 25.17.6, which says sowing or rather behaving in a manner which provokes or is likely to provoke or has the potential to provoke division or impact negatively on the unity of the African National Congress. So those two would be somehow grounds that the Integrity Commission may want to dig its heels in and to ask it to really expand, particularly on the issue of what's seen to be an insult to the judiciary and the Constitution, and the ANC would want to protect and become guardians of that Constitution by asking her to explain that. And if she's able to do that successfully, then the Integrity Commission must come up with a favorable recommendation, and the opposite also applies.
But from your analysis, just looking at this and from previous instances and the posture of the Integrity Commission, do you see the Integrity Commission in fact ordering her to apologize and retract that statement?
It seems likely right now, because compounded to the issue is something that you had mentioned a little bit earlier on, where the statement of the president was contradicted by her. And in that instance, she would be seen to have gone against someone who she is serving at their behest. And it might be said that she made the president to look as though he lied to the public about the statement, and whether it was the function or not of the media office of the president, it's neither here nor there. But I think they will deeply look at that, but they can never ignore the statement on the judiciary, the statement on the Constitution in her piece. And more importantly, I think they may want to crack a very strong whip ahead of the Congress that will take place in December, to say that if any of the potential candidates thinks of disregarding the ANC and speaking out of turn, they will be dealt with profusely. So they may want to offer that strong censure. So I see them leaning towards dealing with her less favorably than she would have wanted them to.
It's certainly going to be interesting this year. The whole year is for politics within the ANC, most certainly. Thank you very much, Thabo, for that analysis. That was political commentator Thabo Shole-Mashao.